Hi, Sophia. Thank you for stopping by. Now, before you even comment or prejudge this video, I would want to say please watch it all the way up to the end. And as you're watching it, please watch it with an open mind. This is going to be one of the most controversial videos I am ever going to make. I've had this discussion severally with some of my friends and we always end up not agreeing. So if you don't agree with these opinions, it is still fine. We can still have a mature and non-insulting conversation on the comment section. But before you even start liking or disliking or commenting, I would please request for you to watch it all the way up to the end, and as you watch it with an open mind. So today we're going to talk about open relationships or open marriages and polyamory. For those who don't know, polyamory is when someone is in love with more than one person. So for example, I could have two boyfriends who I equally love and who I have romantic feelings for. The only difference between that and cheating is that everyone involved already knows what's happening. So if I have two boyfriends, they both know of each other. They may not know who they are or how they look like, but they know that someone like that exists. When it comes to open marriage or an open relationship is when you are in love with one person that you're romantically involved with, but you choose to also have sex with other people. These people that you have sex with are not people that you're romantically engaged to, so you only love this one person, but you also have sex with other people that you don't have romantic feelings for. And again, the difference between an open marriage or an open relationship and cheating is that everybody involved knows about it. Personally, I have tried polyamory and now I am in an open relationship. So basically, my partner knows that I love him and I love him 100%. But from time to time, I will have sex with other people, and that does not mean that I don't love him. That does not mean that I don't want to be with him. It just means that I am human. So there's this animal called a dik-dik. A dik-dik basically is a small animal that looks like an antelope, and that animal is known to mate for life. They are monogamous, so they choose one partner and they mate with that partner for life. I admire the dik-dik because I'm like, as human beings, I don't think that is possible. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, don't think that it is possible to just love one person and that was one person for the rest of your life. So for example, if you're married at say 30 years old, you get married, then you commit. It means that you're going to commit to this person. Say you die at 80, which means you're going to be with this person for the next 50 years. Are you sure that you're ready to only have sex with this one person for the next 50 years? I mean, in theory, it looks good, like it looks like it's something that's workable. But if you're watching me right now, if you've been in a relationship, whether married or not, but if you've been in a relationship for more than 5 years and you can confidently say that you have not cheated on your partner, please comment down below, because clearly you're winning in this relationship issue. And I mean, you've never kissed anyone else, you've never had sex with anyone else, and you've been together for 5 years or more. Please let me know, because I know you're like a unicorn in this day and age. My ex-boyfriend once told me the worst thing that you can ever do to someone you love is to marry them. And for the longest time, it's always been, I never quite understood what he meant. Like, what does that even mean? Like, if you love me, you marry me. That's rather obvious. But for him, it's if you love them, you don't marry them. And it's only after I started getting into my 30s that statement is now slowly making sense to me. Personally, I don't care about getting married. I can get married or not. It's really not an issue, but I'm also not against it. What I'm against when it comes to marriage are the rules surrounding a marriage. So marriages are good in itself. The institution itself is good, but the rules surrounding them in this day and age are just not practical. Like telling someone that you're going to love them and love only them for the rest of their life, or you're going to only have sex with them for the rest of their lives. It's putting so much pressure onto yourself that it makes just marriages break down. Half of the marriages that I know of that have ended in divorce or separation is simply because of infidelity. So you find a guy whose faith, who provides for the wife, for the children as well, is present, and not just the man alone, but also for the wife. The wife does everything that a wife is supposed to do. But the moment there's infidelity, the moment one partner realizes that the other one has been having an affair, the marriage breaks down. And I keep looking at these statistics because they keep rising and rising. I personally know of 3 people still in their 20s who've already married and divorced, and they're not even in their 30s. And most of those cases you look at and you're like, why? What brought in the divorce? And it's simply infidelity. Just someone cheated. That's it. Nothing else happened. It's just the cheating that brought in the divorce. And I look at it this way. I'm like, if couples could just be true and honest with each other and say, hey, I love you, I want to be with you, but sometimes I need something different, you know? Like, I love having sex with you, I love that you're the mother of my kids, or I love that you're the father of my kids, but sometimes I just feel like having sex with someone else. And having sex with someone else does not mean that I do not love you as my wife or as my husband. So if people could just agree on having open relationships or open marriages or polyamorous relationships, then I think most marriages would be saved by now. So, like I said, I have been in a polyamorous relationship before, because for me, I believe that I can love one person, I can love more than one person at the same time. I usually see people who go like, well, I have 2 boyfriends and I have to choose one. And I'm usually one of those people who's like, why do you have to choose one? Why can't you love them both? I mean, you're able to, if you are a mom with kids, say you have 2 kids or you have more than one child, you are able to love both children at the same time. And it's the same way that you're able to love your friends. You can be able to share your love with your friends. So I don't see why when it comes to a relationship, all of a sudden there's a limit to who you can love. So from the school of thought that a human being is capable of loving one person, more than one person at the same time, and be involved with them romantically. And because of our society or religious beliefs, we end up not doing it because of the shame that comes from it, especially if you're a woman. But if we look at how we grew up as Africans, most people will testify to this, that their granddads had more than one wife, which means these people were practicing polyamory in a sense, and then it graduated to now being a polygamous relationship. But when a woman decides that, hey, I love more than one, I can be able to love more than one man, and I want to be married or have a relationship with more than one man, all of a sudden it makes headlines. And I'm not trying to be a feminist with this, because every time I bring up this conversation, there's always someone who brings up being a feminist. Personally, I don't even think I am a feminist. This term has been diluted so much that I'm not even sure where I stand when it comes to that. But my opinion is just my opinion, and it doesn't mean that I am a feminist to be supporting polyamory or open relationships. Also, another thing people tend to confuse is swinging and open relationships. So swinging is mostly just when people just meet at a party as a couple and then you decide to have sex with each other's partners. That is swinging. But an open relationship is completely different in the sense of you are just with your one partner and then you decide from time to time to be having sex with other people. For my relationship, we don't discuss who we are with. So for example, if my boyfriend calls me up and says, hey, can I meet you over for lunch? I would be like, oh no, because I'm meeting Jack today, or I'm meeting Peter today. To me, that's my opinion. I feel like it's a bit disrespectful. So of course he knows that it's happening, but I don't have to splash the details to his face. He also does it, and he also doesn't splash the details to my face. And I feel like the relationship works best like that. However, having said that, this kind of setup is not for everyone. I know there are people watching me right now going like, hell no, God, Jesus, no, I will never do this. And imagine it is fine. It is okay if it is not your kind of setup. But I feel like for people who are willing and who are open to try this type of relationship, then it's definitely a way to look at things. for you to be in an open or polyamorous relationship, then you definitely can never be the possessive type. You cannot be wanting your man all for yourself. It's going to be impossible, because then jealousy is going to come in. But if you're in a situation where you know that your man is yours and you're confident that your man loves you, doesn't matter who he goes out with, you know he's still coming back to you. What I must also say is, when having such a relationship, protection is definitely a must, because we're living in a world with too many diseases and infections. So definitely have some form of protection. Condoms are best. I just feel that it is sad because we are not dicks, like I mentioned before. We do not mate for life. So I feel that it is unfair that for someone to experience someone new, or someone to experience something fresh, something different, and you are already in a monogamous relationship, it will mean that you either break up with that person or you cheat. Those are your two options. And it's not fair, because like I said, we are capable of loving more than one person. So why should you break up with the person just so that you can experience something else different? Or why should you cheat? Mark you, I am not an advocate of cheating. Like I said, with the polyamorous or the open relationship, everybody involved knows what is happening. If you're doing this but one person or one party is not aware that you are in a relationship, then you're definitely not in a polyamorous or open relationship. You are straight up cheating. And I do not advocate for cheating, because I just feel like for me, it's too much work. First of all, just the sneaking around and having to give all these fake excuses. So I just feel like cheating is just not for me. I think cheating is for cowards. So if you want to experience something new and something different, I think it's time that you talk to your partner and explain that you do love them and you do want to be with them. But time to time, you just need something different. And no, romantic love must not be exclusive. Yes, I can be romantically involved with you, but I am not exclusive to you. I do love you, I do want to marry you, I do want to have kids with you, but no, you will not be the only person that I'm going to have sex with. So my take is, divorce and separation and all that should really not happen because of infidelity. To me, I think cheating is such a small issue to me. I don't take it as a major reason as to why someone must end their marriage, because it's just a bodily function. You just see someone who's attractive and you want to have sex with them. It doesn't mean that you do not love your wife. It doesn't mean that you're going to abandon your family. It just means that you're human and you want to have sex with someone else. That's it. Case in point, the sponsors that you have around, people who go out with sponsors and they think that those men are going to marry you. My friend, that man will not marry you. That man is only having sex with you because it's just how it is, because you just want to have sex. Even when the roles are reversed, when a married woman is having a Ben 10 somewhere, that does not mean that she's going to leave her husband. That is never going to happen. She's a mother, she's a wife, she loves her husband. The only reason why she's having sex with you is because, again, she's not a dick. She has other needs, and you cannot get one thing, you cannot get everything from one person. So time to time you want something fresh, something new. And in my opinion, I feel like women or people who have open or polyamorous relationship have the best marriages or have the best relationships, because then you don't feel like in your head that you're stuck with this one person. You don't feel like, oh my God, I have to spend the rest of my life with this one person. So anyway, that is my take when it comes to marriage and relationships. If you want to know more about my polyamorous relationship and my open relationship that I'm currently in, just leave it in the comment section below and I will let you know how we make it work. We've been making it work for almost 2 years now. And as I mentioned in the beginning, please, I hope that you've watched this video with an open mind. Whatever I'm saying is not the gospel truth. This is just my opinion. These are just the experiences that I've gone through. And I feel like if we were to view marriage in a different way, then maybe marriages would last longer. Not just marriages, even just relationships. So I would love to hear what you have to say about this topic on the comment section. Please remember to just be respectful of other people. Like I said, this is just my opinion. If your religion or your cultural beliefs or whatever restrict you from that, it is fine. It is okay to disagree with what I'm saying, but let's just have it in a more mature way. Please remember to like this video, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel already. My name is Abby. I make videos every Thursday and every Sunday. Sunday being a more menstrual hygiene kind of topic. And I will see you next week. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.